Well, I'd say the problem with the streaming services like a Netflix or a Hulu or the Disney Plus that my wife's pretty excited about when we recently came across is not about when to watch those things, but what you're gonna watch. Okay, so what'll happen is you'll sit down, your wife will say, "Well, what do you want to watch?" And you'll say, "I don't care. What do you want to watch?" But of course, that answer isn't satisfactory at all. No, she'll say, "I really don't care, honey. You just pick." And then you'll say, no, but I want to watch what you want to watch. She'll say, "No, it's okay. Please just pick a show. I'll watch anything." So you say, "Okay, fine." You pick something, and inevitably she'll come back with, "Well, I don't really want to watch that show." "Well, why'd you tell me 3 times that you don't care what we watch?" So then you'll go back and you'll put on The Office or Friends or something that you can both sit there and stare at your phones and maybe fall asleep to without even ever having to watch the show.
That's our guy, Joey Mulinaro, and his latest Rivers coach, Mike Leach, in Starkville in Mississippi State. We figure by the time SEC Media Days rolls around in mid-July, you should have at least the SEC West figured out. Welcome back. Good morning, my friend.
What's happening, guys? It's good to talk to you.
Absolutely.
That's a plan for sure. Thinking about maybe hitting a Jimbo Fisher or a Kirby Smart is another popular one that I've been getting. So we'll see.
I tell you who could be gold is your boy Sam Pittman up in Fayetteville, Arkansas.
he's got some easy to kind of identify phonetics there.
Joe, tell me about the national championship experience.
Man, that was surreal. I mean, not only was the game incredible with LSU doing what they did, but just being able to be in a suite and the first time in New Orleans and the Superdome, and everybody was so nice. I mean, I had the Coach O shirt on, and so of course everybody was just welcoming me in with open arms, and it was. I've been telling people, you know, I've had to look around multiple times in the Superdome and not like pinch myself, but just take mental snapshots and be like, "Wow, you're here, man. This is crazy."
Did you get to go out after the game? Did you get to go experience some New Orleans?
I ran into.
Ooh, that sounds like a good story.
What's going on here, Joey? What happened now?
Good story.
I don't think my wife's going to be too happy about it. I don't think she's listening. But basically, what happened is, no offense to you guys, she just likes to sleep. But basically what happened was in the suite, right? So it was the tweet suite, and about half the people in there were invited by Twitter because they were like Dude Perfect, or, you know, they do stupid videos like me on there. But then about half the people were just kids who like tweeted, "Man, I'd love to go to the national championship," and Twitter randomly picked them, right? Wow. It was like a lottery type thing. So in the suite, like I said, there's Dude Perfect and a bunch of big timers who didn't really want to talk to me at all, which was fine. Who am I? I get it. And there was 2 LSU undergrads, and they were very nice. They were very welcoming. We always started talking. They were telling me about LSU, and we were rooting for the Tigers together. And so by the end of the game, I was just like, "Hey, they were like, 'Hey, what's going on? What's your plan?' And I said, 'Hey, I got to go back to my wife. She's at the hotel.' They said, 'Oh, well, we don't want to walk to Bourbon Street by ourselves.' I said, 'Walk with me back to the hotel. It'll be fine.'" It was not fine. It was not fine. My wife came down, and she wanted to go out originally, but then saw who I was with, and I believe the line when we left was something along the lines of, "For future reference, probably not good to walk around New Orleans with 12-year-olds. So after the game, the fun was short-lived, but the game was certainly a hell of a time.
That is good, man. So I thought that the impression of Saban and Orgeron going back and forth immediately after the national championship was gold. Tell me about setting these up, because I'd imagine the edit process and then going through like the wardrobe changes is probably the most difficult, because the impression seems like it comes natural.
Yeah, so basically what happens is I just get that concept in my head of like, all right, it's got to be quick, it's got to be short, there's got to be some punches in there, to be about a minute long. And what I'll do is I'll just get into this sort of a Saban-type fit, go sit in my dad's office. That's what it is, my dad's office at his house. And
Very Saban.
yeah, I love how there's like a Return of the Jedi plate in the background, like Saban would ever have time for Star Wars. But I sit in there and I filmed those parts. I actually had my wife, God love her, she read the Coach Orgeron parts while I was doing Saban, and then I would switch, and she would do the Saban parts while I was doing Orgeron. So she always got a little bit of a chuckle whenever she had to get to the Tigers of the national champions. She would kind of try to say it like them, so it was fun.
Hey, so first off, the impressions are spot on, but the writing's great too. Like the Netflix bit that you did, I think you speak to an eternal modern day truth. I cannot tell you how many. I was in that situation last night. We finally settled on The Witcher, and then of course she doesn't want to watch The Witcher, even though we went through the whole rigmarole. So Joey, you're killing. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You and your father though are huge Star Wars fans.
That is correct. Yeah, we have our own show about it.
So you can plug the show if you want. What do you think about Last Jedi?
The Last Jedi?
Yeah, we'll reach you back here. It's how I judge my Star Wars fans.
I didn't know. Okay, I didn't know if you were talking about Rise.
Oh, no. We're going to go with Last Jedi. What did you think?
Last Jedi, the first night.
Actually, hold on. Sorry. What did Mike Leach think about Last Jedi?
Well, you look at Last Jedi, and it's not my particular favorite of the Star Wars trilogy. You go think back to the originals and Empire Strikes Back. You have the dramatics in there with Luke, I am your father. I mean, that's pretty tough to beat there when you're sitting in the theater. Every now and then you could be snoozing off in a film like that, but then they drop something on you. It's so important. It makes you think back to times with your dad. Maybe you got a son. So Empire is probably my favorite if I had to pick. But Last Jedi was a little weird. It reminded me of Mary Poppins when Leia was floating through the air like that. I said, hey, that's pretty cool. But I don't know if the Force abilities are allowing her to do that, or if that's just some Disney BS marketing that they want to try to tie into Mary Poppins and a new ride. It could be something like that. I'm not really sure. But overall, Last Jedi, not my favorite, but I could see the potential.
So Andrew Luck going back and forth with Mike Leach. What would Luck's response be to Leach about Star Trek? Yeah, that's right.
I know that people probably think that I'm a pretty big nerd, just because the way that I talk and I go to Stanford, a lot of nerds out there that I would hang out with, maybe do a trivia night, but was never my strong suit. Star Wars was never my strong suit. I'd say I'm more of a Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones kind of guy.
Oh, my God, dude.
So if Coach O walked into the room and heard Leach and Luck breaking down movies, how would he react?
Oh, Star Wars. I don't have a lot of time for Star Wars. They don't have any tigers in there, and they certainly don't have any Southern gumbo down there. I like to go to Tatooine, maybe on Mos Eisley, they'd have a little bit of a party. Maybe I can find a tiger in there with that wretched hide of scum ability. Yeah, I've seen Star Wars a couple times, but you don't got to tell anybody about it. Go Tigers.
And then obviously, like you said, it's right there in Nick Saban's office. The Return of the Jedi plate is what is Coach Saban's opinion on the fine Skywalker saga?
All right, I really enjoyed it back in the 80s when I had more time, okay? I don't have any kids. I wasn't a part of a coaching staff. I was just working my way up. I could go and see these films, okay? But now, every other year, they got a damn Star Wars movie coming out. Do you think I have time in December preparing for a bowl game to go sit for 3 hours and see the same story that happened over and over again? Give me a little bit of a diversity here, all right? If you're going to try to make it good. We're not going to do anything with the same old story like we're seeing Rey getting redeemed or Ben or getting redeemed or whatever it is, all right?
Thank you.
Emperor Palpatine's back? How the hell does that happen?
Tell him, Nick.
Okay? I don't got time for it, all right? So just quit asking.
Joey, pub all your podcasts, man.
Yeah.
Where can people find you?
So Rule of Galaxy podcast. We're talking about the Star Wars one still. Rule of Galaxy podcast is on Apple Podcast right now. It's just me and my dad. We do that because of the Empire Strikes Back, actually. The Rule of the Galaxy is father and son. So that's how it is. That's why it's called that. So it's his father and son doing it, and we just once a week for about an hour and a half, we just talk some wars and have some fun. So you can find us there, and Also, shout out to you guys because Jacob Hester followed me on Twitter.
Nice.
Because you guys tagged me in your stuff. Big Jacob Hester fan. My middle school days of watching all 18. Power through the SEC. So shout out to that. That was pretty awesome.
Nice. Way to age our boy right there. That was good stuff.
Also, look, as far as Last Jedi is concerned, it may actually be the best Star Wars movie ever made. So if you ever want to chop it up, hit your boy up because I will defend that movie, and I have takes for days on The Last Jedi and why it is the pinnacle, not only of the new trilogy, but maybe every Star Wars movie ever.
Wow, T-Bob. Okay, well, a little sneak peek. My dad actually ranked that as his least favorite.
Well, let's go. Let's go, Papa Mulinaro.
We're gonna have a first take Star Wars style, in the upcoming weeks on The Last Jedi with T-Bob and my dad. So it's must hear. You got to check it out.
At Joey Mulinaro on Twitter. He is our guy, man. Back by popular demand. Thanks for stopping in this morning.
Yeah, right on, fellas. I'll talk to you soon.